Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you, wherever you are. Welcome back to the Three Spurs Boys and a little pop-up show here with my man. I like to call it Sneaking In with Dagul. So, of course, you know the name right there, Mr. Brian Dagul. How are you, buddy?
I am very, very good, brother. I am very, very good.
Looking clean,
Working
looking
out.
sharp, looking excited for tomorrow.
I am. I am. Ilana is out going to watch a play at the theatre and have a girls' night. So I thought, you know what? I can't
This
go
is
out and have a
this
lads'
is your
night.
boys' night.
This is at the age we've got to now. This is
I was
like
gonna say it's a
this is
sign of
my lads'
age.
night. This is my lads' night. Chilling in with my brother, who lives in the same city as me, but we're too old to be. But it's getting cold.
Yeah, it's,
It's getting
it's you live a half hour away. That's too far. It's too late. It's
exactly,
dark. It's cold. No, I'll stay right
exactly,
here where it's nice
exactly.
and
So this
warm.
is the lads' night in.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is a true sign of age when you what you're going out. I have the house to myself. I'm gonna do nothing. I'm gonna stream. I'm
Exactly.
gonna just talk to with my buddy online, man. That's about it. So we do have a game tomorrow, buddy. Talk about that for a little bit and stuff. Get into a few different things here, and we'll see what's going on. So we've got the Forest versus Spurs game coming up tomorrow, buddy. We're coming off a big win that you and I got to enjoy together. We were sitting at the Scotland Yard, our beloved home of the Toronto Spurs there, and what a turnout it was, man. Packed.
Yeah, let's just have a very quick. Whenever I get the chance, and you get the chance to big up that pub,
Oh,
I
hell yeah.
always feel we need to, because not only do they look after us superbly, the pub is just brilliant. The staff are incredible. We have such a. I mean, you've seen it when we started Toronto Spurs, and I was on the board of it, or still am. It was hit and miss on certain games. Obviously, your Arsenal games, it was mobbed.
Yeah.
Other games, not so much. This season, every single game is absolutely rammed in there, and it's just a great place to be. And Saturday was a very, very. You missed Man City, Bobby, which was just insane.
I heard it
Um,
was just as many people, if not more.
yeah, but it was just insane. It was just insane in there for Man City, but it was brilliant for Newcastle as well, wasn't it?
It was. You know what, Brian? As soon as we walked in, the funny thing was, we got to the outside of the pub, and we got there 10 minutes before kickoff, right? And there was a pretty good crowd outside, and it was Judy, Ryan's missus there, who I ended up
Yeah,
speaking to later and meeting properly, but I didn't know who she was. So as soon as we walked up, me and the boys and Mama Kay, she kind of just chuckled at us. You know, she saw our Spurs scarves and stuff. It was obvious that we were there for the game. She kind of just chuckled at us and was like, "You're not gonna get a seat in there," kind of thing. And I was like, "You know who I know? Do you know who I know?" I got lady. I got a. Not only do I have a seat in there already, I got a VIP seat in there, man.
you
So
do.
it was nice. But as soon as we walked in, even Mama K was right impressed, right? Because that's her second game that she came down for, and
Yep.
last time she was distracted with her other friends and the baby, of course. So this time it was really nice to get her in there, and she really enjoyed herself a little bit more than I would like, to be honest with you, because I'm concerned that she's going to say she wants to come to more games with us, which
Well, it means I
that's
bring
that's
Alana
my
out to
too.
more. It means I'll bring Alana out to more. So
Yeah, but that's our time, man.
I know, I
It's
know.
not like we hop in the car and go to the salon with them, right? Though, but Zapper popped in over here from Jacobs. He's here before the
Big up
rakes. I'm just
that.
dope like that. Yeah, good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Hopefully everything's well there. But yeah, we're just talking about the upcoming game there. And the last one we got to watch the Newcastle game over there, so that was a nice game. Big one tomorrow there, Brian. What do you think? How are you feeling about tomorrow's game?
Well, Friday night.
Excited?
It's so weird. Friday nights, isn't it? Friday night or Friday afternoon here.
We're getting a
It's
lot of these lately. Friday, Monday, early morning, Saturday morning kickoffs. It's like the league
well,
hates
well,
us.
well, you got to remember this. The thing that what people had to remember is when people spoke about one game a week. Big up, Leo, brother. Big
Big
up.
up,
I
Leo.
have to say, Leo, I got 2 packages today, and one was addressed to me. I got really excited, thinking it was the package you sent me. It ended up being a air duster for my wife's computer. I was not impressed. I was not impressed.
Not too excited. Actually, I'm gonna
Every
shoot the link
time
over to Leo. If he's free and he wants to join, he can join us. We're just chilling anyways. So
every single time the mail went. But yeah, listen,
yeah,
the
cheers,
reason,
Bob.
big up Jacob. I hope you're good, brother.
Cheers, Bob.
Big up Bob. the reason that we've got these Friday, Mondays, stupid kickoffs is because people are, there's my man. Hope you're good,
man.
bud. I hope
Good
you're
to
well.
see you.
So, seeing that we've only got one game a week, it's very, very easy to change our fixtures. And especially seeing that we're the must-see TV football team for watching and entertainment, it's very, 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 very easy to push us all around. So it happens when you don't have European football and there's no fixture pile up, they can move you around, and that's what's happened. Big up, Daniel, brother. This man is constantly awake.
I don't think he sleeps, and he's always got love to give. I love it. Always drops a one love. You know, my signature thing has become the fist bump with the heart right after it.
Yep.
And that's his signature thing. One love. He always comes in with love for everybody. It's awesome, man. Great.
One love except for one person.
Right? So,
one love
big
except
up George. George, I wonder if this is the same George that was being Santa Claus in Jacob's chat there. He was gifted memberships like it was already Christmas Day. So very classy of him. Very nice of you to do that, George.
I have to say, and a big up to Daniel as well, because he does give love to everyone except one person. And you can tell by the color of the hearts. So
except for the guy named the same as him. And
always
Lisa's
good.
in the house as well. Big up, Lisa. Good to see you. And thank you, Jacob, man. Sending everybody over. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. So everyone's, you're right, man. They do hypo noise. So that's exactly what we want to see. And well, George, you know what? Big up to you, mate. You're a class act, man. You're a class act. That was really nice of you to do that. Helps Jacob out a lot, man. And he's a good boy. Jacob's a great guy. Yeah, a little one on the way too, so that always helps. But so folks, you didn't know number 2's on the way.
No, Jacob, mate.
Yeah, dude, his wife is heavily pregnant, man. I think months.
Oh,
maybe,
Jacob,
man.
I didn't know that, man. Congrats,
brother.
Congrats.
Yeah,
I did not know that, man. Congrats.
Yeah, so not going to be long before we don't see Jacob for a little while, at least maybe the first month or so. But we'll see how that goes. David, good to see you, Dan.
Big up, David. One of the nicest guys in Australia. I love David. Love David.
Yeah, he always gives me the good day cobber.
Yeah, he's
a good guy. Always says hello. You know what? Me and Cooves talked about this on the pop-up show we did last Friday, where we were just saying we're so blessed in this community, you know, with everything that I've been going through right now as well. This has been a great release and a great place to come and hide and chill, and not just the people on screen, but the support we get with the amazing people off screen has just been fantastic. You do have the other one, the odd one sneaks in here. Why the Spuds will never be big celebrating. Gotta get the Arsenal fans in here. Gotta get him. Happy Ugodi Day. There you go. Happy V Gunner Day.
Yeah, listen, what can I say to the what can I just say to the Arsenal 03? We're not celebrating a contract. We are very happy. Wouldn't any team be happy if they're one of their star or one of their young players who are going to be a star in the making sign a new contract?
Oh yeah.
Especially 6 months into his career, less than 6 months into his Spurs career. It's something to be excited about. We're not having an open top bus parade. We're not renting a DVD out. We're not doing anything. We're just happy a player has committed his future. So yeah, but yes, Nottingham Forest.
Yeah. Sorry, Big K just strolled into the room and he sees that you're all shaven and clean and is wondering what the hell is going on. He's got a hot date with Alana tomorrow. Yeah, okay.
No, I've got a hot date at the Scotland Yard tomorrow.
He's got a hot date at the Scotland Yard tomorrow. Yeah, him and Tottenham. Bye-bye. Yeah, you come say hi quickly. Make it fast, man. Don't stick your nose in the screen. Okay, get out of here. Jesus Christ. This is what our fans we need to see. This is what the handful of people in the chat want to see is your nostrils. Thank you for that, my son. Thank you. Good night. Love you. Bye. Okay, go away. I don't care what you do. Go away. No, I'm good. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, Brian.
Sorry, brother.
Sitting there after, you want water? You want this? You want that? I'm good. Thanks, buddy. Can't get mad at him for trying to be nice. Okay, you said you're going to the yard tomorrow, buddy. How you feeling? How's it going to be looking for the game? Are you excited about the game? What's the score, man? We can get into the next part, which is going to be the starting 11 as well. So most likely the same starting 11. How you feeling right now, pal?
Well, first of all, I'm excited, and I think we'll get the win. I'm hoping we get the win because when Spurs play on a Friday, and if it's not a win, then my weekend really isn't good. My weekend really.
Love, brother.
Dave, honestly, this man.
I was gonna say, David, man, if you got us on any kind of socials on Twitter, if you got Jacob's number, get my number from WhatsApp. Anytime you need to reach out, buddy, feel free to, man. We're all soundboards for each other, man. We want to support each other. through thick and thin. That's part of being a Spurs fan, right? And just a human being in reality. Right?
Correct.
Speaking
Correct,
of human
correct.
beings and wonderful ones, should we add the one that just popped in and decided to join us?
Say again?
Should we add the one that decided to pop in and join us? He's saying no.
Why not? Why not, sir?
Well, I don't think we could. Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Well, what do you think I'm going to say? No. No,
Yeah.
stop Kuva coming on his own channel.
I'll put you hairy bastards up top there.
Damn right.
Hey,
Damn
Coops.
right.
Oh,
Well, yeah. Hello there.
hello.
Gone from one of my favourite people, Jacob, to two of my other favourite people.
Oh,
There you
sound
go.
good.
Look at you getting
Kuva,
North
what are you
American
doing up
love
at
in.
this time?
Kuva don't sleep.
It's strange. It's strange being on air at this time in the morning, I must admit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I saw you on with Jacob, and I was like, he's still going late. And I was like, okay, I'm not even going to bother him to ask him to come on if he's still up, because this was last minute. Me and Brian planned this anyway. So
You know why I was over there? Because Jacob had said, oh, Lee Gunner had been on, and he was basically flaming Jacob, and I was brought into it and things. So we just talked it all through, continued with our good vibes, and who cares? It's all fine. See, I'll never mind it when it's banter between rival sets of fans anyway.
What has Lee Gunner said or not said?
I don't know, but I think Arsenal 3 comments funny here is embarrassing lots to get giddy over a bad player signing contract, because I'm sure if you went to every club in the EPL or pretty much anywhere in Europe that they would take Zinchenko over Udogie. Good one. Go ahead.
Yeah, listen, I don't listen. See, this is the thing. Arsenal fan
100%, Lisa.
What's that? Arsenal fan 03, I could easily talk, and I don't mind speaking with Arsenal fans or any other fans and having a debate and having a discussion. But you lose the argument completely when you say Destiny Udogie is a bad player. He is one of the best left backs in the league so far this season. Fact. He's one of the most exciting prospects in the league. Fact, if not Europe. Everyone is waxing lyrical about him. You've lost all arguments. It's like me saying, do you know what? That Saka really goddamn overrated. Really shit.
Yeah.
But I don't. I say he's a very, very good footballer.
Fantastic.
Because that's what it is. So to come in and say whatever you want, clowns celebrating a contract, that's one thing. Then to call, right, okay.
You see that? Yeah, so that's what happened. They were actually talking about it, but I was in and out of Jacob's show, so I was setting this up.
That's why Arsenal 03 is on with Lee. Okay, it makes sense. All right. Well, but first of all, Jacob has not got a harmless bone in his body. So anyone coming for Jacob, criticize his football knowledge, criticize if you want to have a debate with him. But this is just nonsense. And for someone to actually come into a page, and this is how sad it is. I don't know where you're from, Arsenal fan 03, but you're coming into a Spurs fan.
Make sure you hit the like, bro, please.
In Toronto. And if you're based in London, it's 2:00 in the morning. Or sorry, no, 1:45 in the morning. And all you've got to do is come in and say that Destiny Udogie, is a bad player. Yeah, okay. Well done, sir. Well done. You crack on.
Kuva, are you going to be okay with that? I know we've just brought you into a hostile environment there. An Arsenal fan said Udogie's a bad player. Are you okay up there, big guy?
Yeah, I recovered from that mortally wounding injury sort of thing. Turned out it wasn't mortal after all.
You need
Zinchenko. Yeah, if only we had got him instead of Udogie, eh?
No, I mean the next comment, which is the comment down.
This is fantastic.
This is just
because we didn't want to wait till
hysterical.
April and bottle it like you guys did.
This is hysterical. You want to talk about the see? Let's see. This is where you've just lost the argument again, Lee. Not Lee. Sorry, I've actually got respect for Lee. Don't know what he's done to Jacob. Don't like what he's done to Jacob. But Lee, in general, when I listen to him, I do like listening to him. But now, when the Arsenal 03 fan wants to say, this is why you bottle the league in November. Well, I would rather bottle the league in November than bottle it in April when you've had an 8-point lead and everything. You were up the top of the table for most of the season. November, there's still a lot of time to play. I never said Spurs are going to win the league. I never think Spurs are going to win the league. Some fans did get a little bit excited. But even if it wasn't or was going to happen or wasn't, November, there's still a lot of time to play. But you want to talk about bottling the league. when you were top for 97% of it last season. So, yeah, there's bottling.
More importantly, this is the question that needs to be answered
exactly.
here.
More importantly, sorry, I just
More
don't like
importantly,
it.
this is the question.
Listen, are Arsenal a bigger team? Yes. Have Arsenal won more? Yes. Have Arsenal got a bigger history of winning things? Yes. I've got no problem saying that because it's facts. It's true.
One day they'll be the best in
people
Europe.
who just got tunnel vision and just want to talk absolute nonsense. And the Arsenal fan 03 is chairman of that committee right now.
More importantly, this is the important question that needs to be answered from Donna here.
Yeah, every time I see this, I do I do picture her saying that, and just the thought of her saying it. It reminds me, Bobby, what was the name of the crackhead? Is it Rob Ford or Doug Ford?
Doug Ford. Doug Ford's the current. Rob Ford was the crackhead.
When he's in the Caribbean
that's Rob
restaurant
Ford, the older brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
He starts speaking Jamaican.
Yeah, that's what I hear with Donna Cullen.
That was our Kuva probably doesn't know. See, we're from Toronto. That was our former mayor. He's literally cracked out, Kuvs, and he goes to this Jamaican restaurant.
I have heard
about this. He's a chubby, big white guy. And a suit and everything. He's like, yeah, what's going on, man? And
he starts speaking pure patois or trying to.
Yeah, trying
and these people just look at him. They're just looking at him like, what the hell is going on?
Oh, it was brilliant. Yeah. It was
but I don't know how we got there from Notts Forest on Friday to Rob Ford on crack. That's the three Spurs boys, people.
Sorry, let me just address that quick. George, man, you just
big up.
Santa from Jacob's channel has floated over to be Santa over here. That's very kind of you, George. I really appreciate that. And like you said, Merry Christmas to everybody on Bobby's channel. And Merry Christmas to everybody in the world. If you celebrate it, if not, happy holidays or whatever it is.
George was spreading the love on Jacob's channel as well. He's on
that's what I saw. That's what I was saying. Yeah, man. That's why, because I thought I saw the name come up, but on Jacob's channel, it's a green icon. So I wasn't sure if it's the same George. So that's why I asked him. I was like, are you the Santa from Jacob's channel? He confirmed. He said, yeah, that's me. I brought my sleigh over here. So we were looking at this, Coobs. Let's get back into what we were actually doing here. We were looking at the same starting 11, of course. And now, we've gone all high tech over here on the Three Spurs boys. So we'll bring this up here and boom. Oh, wow. I know. Did you? Yeah.
It's almost like watching the game.
Oh my God, this is insane.
Can I ask one question before we go through this?
Yeah, man.
On that background, you didn't have those bubbles floating during the West Ham build-up, did you?
No, because we probably used the Kuva and the Kang.
Oh, thank God. I was about to say, having that. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, no, I'm in the boys page right now because I stole their intro, basically. I didn't know which intro. I didn't even know what intro to throw out. But, so where do you want to start? At the top or the bottom, guys?
Always start from the goalkeeper.
Start from the goalkeeper. I don't think there's much there to change, is there?
No,
I think it's safe to say.
Definitely. Fraser Forster in, surely, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We got the subs bench over here available as well. So obviously Forster is the backup to him now. We just put the exact same starting 11 out.
That'll do. That will do me. Let's move on.
It's exactly what I said, Kuva.
Okay, now time for spot the bull. Anything though, Kuvs, that you would change at all, really, Brian? Anything at all, really? I know there's not really much here looking at the bench either.
Personally, I'd make the shirts white and have the numbers blue, but
Oh, okay. So we're gonna get technical, are we?
No, let's leave it.
We're gonna do that. Okay, no. If you're gonna get all technical on me, fine. I'll do the whole thing. And then I gotta remember the numbers and do the whole thing. And if that's what makes Kuva Bear happy, there we go. And oh man, the guy's making me work now. 34, 80. Happy? Kuva Bear happy now?
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
See you smiling now? Okay.
Night.
All right. That's it. Good night, guys. Thank you for coming. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button on the way out. Anybody in the chat, by all means, if you have any input that you'd like to see change, any suggestions you think maybe, or any things you'd like to see, even by all means, throw them in. We'd like to take a look at it and discuss it.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I'd like to see.
This is true, Bob. Sorry, I just wanted to address this quick. We will see a lot of opponents fans Spurs shows because I want a bit of what Ange has brought. That's one thing. Has anybody from any team, any manager, anything, heard anything bad about Ange?
No. No.
I agree, David.
I think I would like to see Zinchenko at left back instead of Destiny.
Yeah, clearly. Zinchenko is the future, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
The future's bright. The future's Zinchenko.
Yeah. Let's just hope we can get him. You know what I mean? What do you think will be the deal? We can offer them Ben Davies, and then they give us 50 million on top.
Who knows?
Yeah, seems reasonable.
I think so. We'll say goodbye to you for now. And congratulations. You're the first person I have ever timed out on the 3 Spurs boys in the 16 or 18 months of existence here. So at least you finished first somewhere. I guess it's safe to say we can shut this down then. Nothing really to change. Basuma's here. Richie. We want to keep Richie and Sonny in their respective places. Richie in the 9 and Sonny at wide.
Yeah. I think so. It worked nicely in the last game, didn't it? So
yeah. I got asked this question. I quickly went on Alan's show earlier on this afternoon on Time Added On, which is another great channel. And they were saying, we got to this question. They said, how comes you reckon it all fit and all clicked? And Adrian was actually on it with me. And I said, do you know what? The change was Richie, because you could finally put a left winger at left wing, a right winger at right wing, and put Kulusevski in a better position. So you have 4 players around him, or 3, sorry, that could get the best out of him. Richarlison isn't playing with an injury. Looks like whatever help, we don't know, mental health-wise, if he's still continuing it, whether he still needs it, where his head is at. But he looked for the first time. Richarlison has played for Spurs in the whole time I think he's been here. As someone's out, you need to play and cover this position. Well, against Newcastle, it was like you're playing in your position that you play for Brazil, and everyone's being put around you. So I think Richarlison, like this, could really, really help the rest of the team playing their desired positions.
Well, he's got that whole block with the mental health issue that we know he went through that came out and he brought up in public, obviously. But there was also the long-term injury that he had the surgery for and is just coming back off as well, right? So it's kind of two factors that were impacting his game. Now, one we know is most likely resolved because he's come back now after his surgery and he's on the field now. So, or on the pitch, I should say. But with the other one, Brian, with the mental health thing, all the time in the world. If whatever it takes you, young man, to bounce back, by all means, get yourself right. We all support you with that, of course, and just wish you well. But for me, and I know I've said this, I know a few other fans have said this, I know me and Coovs have said this, I know Jim is very adamant about this. The one thing I always respect Richie for is the fact that he puts in an effort, at least, which is something that's now let's face it, effort and skill are 2 different things, but I'll take a player that has effort versus one that has skill and no effort and desire. That's me personally, because I just look at it with Ndombele and Richie, and one, all the skill and talent in the world, can't be bothered. The other one, maybe not as technically gifted, but just actually gives a shit and looks like he plays for the club out there and actually makes an effort for his teammates as well. Your thoughts, boys?
Go on, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, what did we see from Richarlison against Newcastle? We saw a striker getting into the 6-yard box and getting on the end of some chances, putting them away. Tiny little steps like going with the defender and then taking a step back just to make a bit of room at the last second. It's what good strikers do, and Richie did it as well, but apparently, he did nothing. So according to some people, I think you've got to give him a credit for doing basics at the moment because he's been through a rough time. Is it going to be the same against Forest? Perhaps not. Newcastle, to be fair, Newcastle were exhausted. We knew that, but you've still got to do the job against them. You've still got to create those chances and you still got to put them away, and we did. Nothing wrong there from what happened. Richarlison, he's clearly going to, at least he looks fit now. And he is one of these players that without doubt, he's brave. He will stick his head in where it hurts. He will get in there physically where it hurts. It's not the same as like Sonny. Sonny's more of a finesse player. So the combination of the two, I think if we've got Richie occupying those big central defenders and playing the physical game with them, and we get with Sonny, doing all the nimble footwork and finding ways to hurt the opposition as well. I think it's a good combination. We look more balanced. Brian was right what he said. Richie, confidence thing. Surely a couple of goals is going to help. And at the end of the day, we need him. We absolutely need him right now. So whatever we can get out of him, I am backing him. I'm backing him to score again, just because smile on the face. There was a lot of people happy with him there.
A lot. Yeah.
Let's have a little bit of that continuing. That'll work wonders. Perhaps he can just chip in, have a little purple patch, and knock a few goals in while we're waiting for some of the rest of the team to find their way back from injury.
Because that's all we need right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't have to be a goal a game sort of Harry Kane style. It can be a goal every 2 or 3 games. That would still be helping the team. Because if everybody else is chipping in with those sort of figures around him, we're in a very good place. Let's face it, we were top of the league earlier in the season when we're averaging 2 goals a game. No reason why we can't start doing that again. Absolutely no reason.
Fair enough. Brian, before I go to you, I want to just quickly address George with another super chat in here. Really appreciate that, George. Very kind of you. Definitely got your Santa suit on this evening as you're watching the stream. So much appreciated. Much love right back to you. And of course, Leo, our man down south here, our homie, sending us some love and much love right back to you. Leo, check your WhatsApp, buddy. I sent you the link. If you're free and you want to jump in, join us for a little chat, you're more than welcome to. Brian, to add on to the Richie thing now, before you take over here, do you think that his goals and the fact that he was able to knock them in was the contributing factor, was the fact that we had a creative player with Kulusevski in the middle and a guy with a lot of pace with Johnson on the right coming in, and him and Porro putting those balls into the box consistently? Do you think that helped? Because Richie's the kind of guy that needs the ball right in the box. And
so I'll go back, but I want to kind of touch on something Kuva said as well about with Newcastle being tired, which, all right, they were. We had injuries as well. I mentioned this, and then someone on our own show, Jay, mentioned the next part I mentioned, which was so true and goes to show what happens. I said, can we not have it? So Newcastle were tired. We're not exactly high on energy right now with everything that's happening with us. Why is it we beat Newcastle? Oh, Newcastle were tired. Newcastle were injured. How about Spurs played bloody well and Ange got everything absolutely bang on? It's amazing how Newcastle weren't tired, as Jay said, and he's right, when they battered Chelsea. It's amazing that Newcastle weren't tired when they beat Man U. It's amazing that Newcastle United weren't tired when they played AC Milan after they played Spurs. But when they played Spurs, we're injured and we're tired. Spurs played very, very well against Newcastle. By the way, Arsenal fan, how'd you do at Newcastle? I think you lost, didn't you? Oh yeah. Okay. They were probably tired.
Maybe that's why he's upset. Because
exactly.
we started talking about Newcastle. It reminded me of that game.
And that's why they lost. And VAR hurt them, and Arteta was wrongly accused. But going back to Tottenham Hotspur, Richie. Going back to Richarlison, like I said, Kuva stole what I've been saying, or what people got to remember. The first goal, people were saying any striker could have put that in. Yeah, they probably could have. But the thing that he did, as Kuva rightly said, is if you watch the build-up of that play, when Son, can't remember who it was, I think it was Adoji, gets into cross it into him, he takes that step back. Sonny, he takes that step back and makes so much space for him. So he drags the defender in, steps back and clears that goal and the pathway. Clears the pathway into it. Listen, Richarlison, we know that he's not Harry Kane, like Kuva said. He's not going to score 30 goals. But if he can go on a little purple patch right now until the end of January when Sonny's gone, why not? And it's amazing. You put Sonny on the left wing, and Sonny against West Ham, in the first half, thought he was great. In the second half, he was non-existent because he was relying on people to get the ball to him, and they couldn't do it. and if Maddison was on that pitch, the speed of thought and speed of pass is a lot quicker. If Bentancur's there, he can't do it all alone. You put him out wide, and it was the best I've seen Son play in the left side for God knows how long. God knows how long. He terrorised Trippier. He terrorised Newcastle. Richarlison looked fine there. Johnson, who we bought to play on the right, finally got to play on the right. Who'd have thought he played well on the right when we bought him as a right winger? Dejan Predictabiliski against West Ham turned into Dejan Kulusevski against Newcastle because we played him.
Right, he used his right foot.
Mate, this is the thing.
He used his right foot. He took a shot with his right foot and shocked the whole club.
If you play the players in the positions that they're best at, you're going to do better. And it was the first time, and I keep going back to this, Richarlison played against Newcastle, not because we had to, but because that's where we brought him to play. And then he literally had the players around him playing in their best position to get the best out of him. And then you had that as a front four with Decky and obviously the three up top. Then you put Porro and Udogie there. That's 6 advanced players that are terrorising teams. No one can keep up with Porro or Destiny at the moment. And I think Forest are going to fall for the same thing again, unfortunately, or fortunately for us, shall I say.
And leading into that, since we're giving Richie a little bit of praise and talking about his last performance, will we see the pigeon dance again? Keep going with it, Brian. What do you think?
100%.
Oh, wow.
100% Richie Scott. 100% Richie Scott tomorrow.
Look at that. That's 0% doubt there, folks, if you didn't figure it out. Coves is adjusting things here.
It's just correcting the spelling because it was annoying me.
What did I spell wrong? I didn't even.
We had will we she the pigeon dance.
Oh, will we she?
Look, Bobby's got
it's Thursday night, man. Some people might have having a drink. I mean, will we see the pigeon dance, man? I'm talking to those. You gotta assume some people have a good time.
You just could have carried on and it was no problem. I'm just saying I fixed it because it was an issue for me. Fair
enough, buddy. I'm sorry I triggered your OCD. My bad.
Yeah, but like I said, Richarlison 100% is scoring. 100%.
There you go. What do you think, Coos? Is he getting 100%?
Sorry, 100%. Sorry, what was the...
Richarlison hitting the back of the net.
Brian said 100%. He's knocking one in tomorrow.
Why not? I'm just feeling it's all good vibes with this club at the moment, as far as I'm concerned. I think we weathered our worst patch. Some of the players are coming back. Romero's coming back. I don't care the criticism people want to throw his way. I think we are a much better team with him in the side than without.
Oh, hell yeah.
Much better.
Oh, yeah.
Sarr is back playing fantastically well. He's got that energy. He's up and down the pitch all the time. And Richarlison came back. Yeah, fine. Newcastle were exhausted, but he did everything you'd expect from a striker. So why criticise him for it? And I think if you're doing everything you can expect a striker to do, getting into the correct positions, making room for yourself and getting on the end of chances, you should do okay in a team that is creating chances. And we are doing that. We're playing some really good football right now. I'm in a really, really chilled, happy place with this club right now. So any criticism from anybody else or anybody tells me I'm wrong, carry on. I don't care. I'm happy with things. Richarlison scoring again will put a smile on my face again, because I had lost faith in him. I'd stopped trying to big him up. I'd given up, and then he comes back with 2 goals, proves me wrong. Typical. But I'm glad. So big up Richarlison. Do it again.
There you go, buddy.
Right.
There you go. Sorry, I normally don't like to do this stuff on my channel. We like to keep it happy here. I'm not a bantering kind of guy, but bro, I'm sorry. That's not. You do know in the Premier League era, you've only won it 3 times, right? So
no. The worst thing about this, Bobby, is I'm very concerned about this guy because in their total history, they've won the league 13 times. So the fact that this
you
guy
can't
can't
count
actually
the
count
13. Bro, my
yeah.
kids will help you, man. If you want to get in touch with me, it's the 3 Spurs Boys on Twitter. Message out to me, bro. My 12-year-old will help you get past 13. We got you, my man.
exactly.
We got you. We're
Exactly.
like that, man. We're good people over here. We're Canadian. We like helping people get by. Don't worry. Just a quick
There's
tip.
so many things I could
There's
do with
10
that. for
digits
Banter.
available on your hands. If
Mate.
you take off just one of your socks or shoes, that's 5 more available. That's 15, okay? So you'll still be 2 rich, okay? We'll do the math later. We'll help you out. I'll get a drawing board out and stuff. We got you, bro. We got you. Okay? So, look who's decided to stay awake. The other person who never sleeps in the YouTube community.
The insomnia queen.
Yeah,
We're all
insomnia
doing it.
queen, yeah. Oh shoot, we're actually way. Where the hell did I head up here? Okay, yeah. Oh, he's got a question here from David. What kids are worth getting this season from the academy? Ooh. I know. Actually, I'll just say for me, it's just Dorrington because I want to see a defender come in and let's blood a young one. You guys want to take one player each or make a list or whatever? I know this one's going to go crack on about Alfie Devine shortly. So, Coos, you want to go first?
I can't because it says this season.
Oh, this season. Oh, David tricked us. Okay, so for me, I'll go Dorrington. I just want to see one of our youngsters get out there and get some time on the pitch. And Phillips is technically part of the senior squad, right?
He's back and forth. He's back and forth.
But Dorrington is more. He'd be considered more academy than
Yeah.
Phillips would be. So I'll
Dorrington's been actually bought through the academy from a young age, not just
Phillips who bought. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Coobs?
Yeah, it's got to be Donnelly for me as well. An attacking talent. We can always do with more of that. So let's hope we're cruising comfortably in a few games and he can come on rather than with 2 minutes left, but say 20 minutes left, 25 minutes, something like that, when we're, say, 3 or 4-0 up and the game's looking comfortable. See what he can do. Overall, though, I'm going to stick with what I have always been saying. I trust our manager. I trust his judgment. I might not always understand some of the decisions he makes, but I trust him to be doing it because he knows what he's doing. And if he thinks those kids aren't quite ready yet, but they're getting close, that is what we're seeing at the moment. They're getting those little debuts, few minutes here and there. I think this is more of a long-term thing. Just ease them in. No need to rush them in and expect miracles. Perhaps it's disappointing as fans sometimes because you want to see the academy players coming through. Hell, I want to as well. I wanted to see Dorrington come in when we're having an injury crisis at centre-backs as well. But if they're not ready, I trust our manager to make the right calls. Sometimes they're not going to be popular with fans, but he's going to get it right. I truly believe this man is going to get it right with us. And the youngsters will just have to wait their turn. Just keep knocking on the door, playing well in training, show the manager you got the talent to get on the pitch. It will come.
Yeah, I mean, Adrian's put up a
buddy?
Adrian's put up a comment just after Ian Ferguson at 909 Bobby, where he's just listed a few youngsters that are coming through.
There you go.
Now, Divine, like I've just said, won't be ready for this season because he's on loan, but he will be next season, please God, or another championship loan. The others, there's one player there that I think might get a shout this season. The others are great talents, especially Sinsop Bell and Keeley, who is going to.
Sorry, Keeley's the Irish keeper we picked up, right? Yeah, geez, I completely forgot we got him.
There's a player there that you said, Santiago, who could be a big star. Could be a big star. I'd like to see Santiago get some time, but it's just a case of when.
There you go. And Arsenal 3. George did say Merry Christmas to you specifically, and you didn't send well wishes back. Not very nice, man. That's not very nice. And sorry, the one that you picked out of the crowd though, Brian?
Because you said Donnelly and Dorrington.
No, you can pick the same ones. So what?
No.
You can say he's mine. I don't own him.
Santiago is one to look for. Like I said, I'm a huge Ashley Phillips fan. Massive Ashley Phillips fan. I went to the Burnley 5-2 game earlier on in the season, and Ashley Phillips was on the bench, and I was gutted that Ash didn't bring him on with like 2 minutes to go at 5-2 up because he's an ex-Blackburn player, sorry. And putting him on 5-2 up against Burnley just to get a couple of minutes and be on that pitch would have been the biggest shithousery. And he could have had a bit of fun going back to his old rivals. Ashley Phillips, I think, is after Van der Ven. I honestly think by the end of this decade, Ashley Phillips is captain of Tottenham Hotspur. That's how big I rate this guy.
Yeah, you had a friend or somebody you know.
There's a friend I know here, Martin, Blackburn fan, yeah.
Yeah, and you knew him through the academy, and there's somebody there that said way back that this kid's going to be a beast coming forward.
I'd known the name before he came to Spurs, but I hadn't put 2 and 2 together to realise that's who he was talking about. But Ashley Phillips will be huge for us and England.
Gotcha. I got Jacob sent me over that little Lee Gunner meme thing. I'll share it with you here, buddy, if you want to see it. Window here. There we go.
Oh, should we have the context for it first?
Go for it. You're gonna have to do the fill-in, Coos, because I got to get some pieces.
Jacob put on his I think it's on his Twitter account or something like that. About it's Destiny or Doggy Day because we'd signed the new contract and he was basically celebrating it. So of course he got ripped, and Lee Gunner decided to make his own little sort of insult towards Jacob, and Jacob has turned into a nice little clip that we are going to play again and again, especially if the Doggy scores against the Gunners. This will come back brilliantly then.
I better say
anyway, that's the basis of it.
Okay.
Play.
Come on, tech guy. Oh, no volume. No.
It didn't play. The volume didn't go through on your side?
No.
Not to worry.
Okay. We'll have to get. All right.
We'll have to get the real tech.
Don't look at. Close that. Sorry. Don't look at Jacob's. Shoot, man. Did anybody see my pictures I sent David? My topless photos? Damn it. This is why.
So basically, what you're saying, Kuva, this is all about because Destiny signed a contract. Jacob has done or said something. What's Jacob done when he was celebrating the fact that Destiny signed a contract? That's basically.
So it's the happy job, mocking Spurs fans for being happy about it, and it sort of highlights our lack of ambition and everything that's wrong with the club. That's all right.
Lack the ambition. It's not the fans that lack the ambition. I don't get. Listen, we're in this industry, and I will say it. When you start going on certain channels, when you start becoming known or whatever, if you do put something out there, you are dicing with death, with shit coming your way via social media. You run the gauntlet. It's people know the amount of grief I get for what I do with Levy Out and all the other Levy Outers. I'm a beacon for trolling, and you are going to get it. You are going to get it. And if it gets hold of one of the big accounts and they tweet, they do something about it, it's going to come back at you tenfold. The fact that this is all over a young, promising, very promising, one of the hottest left backs in Europe signing a contract extension, and we're not meant to be happy about that. What we're meant to do, go into mourning. I'm sure when Saka signed a contract at Arsenal, and he has signed a contract extension, that all Arsenal fans were going absolute batshit crazy. And rightfully so. One of their fucking hottest prospects have gone and signed a long-term contract and committed to the club. How they celebrated it or how they did that is down to them. But I openly went on streams and said that this was an incredible bit of business. It's smart from the club, tying down one of the hottest young prospects in Europe in that position has to be applauded. So it's just a shame that people get hold of it and take the piss. You got to remember as well, Jacob being North America, things are celebrated. I know full well how differently things are celebrated over here or supported. Yeah. Like it blows my mind that in American sports the fans sit next to each other.
Rival fans.
I went to a sporting event with my wife, and it was a CFL game, which is the Canadian version of the NFL. We got there early. I'm just sitting there soaking up the new stadium that I have never been in, and all of a sudden 8 of their rival fans sit in front of me, and I got up like this, ready to go and have a ruck. I was like, Alana, what's going on here? Do I need to protect you? She's like, no, we sit here and joke about. I was like, huh?
This is Canada.
Yeah, and it just everything is done differently. So it's
we share snacks.
It's just a shame that people react that way.
Every fan base has got their own special fans, let's call them.
Yeah.
But Leo dropping in another super chat there. Appreciate that. Like the man says, smash that like or little K will find you. For those of you that don't know, that's little K. No, wrong one. That one's little K. And you don't want him to find you. Trust me, I've lived with him a long, long time. Oh, sorry. No, he's a great kid. Yeah, no, he's really a really good boy. Yeah. We love him so much. And yeah, apparently we're all idiots, the same as thinking for Jacob. But I brought the clip back up. I saved it to my computer. So let me see if you get the media this time, Brian, and let me know if you guys can hear it. Okay, that answers that. Won't even let you play it in here. So
it's us a no then. We'll work on that for another time.
There we go. This is one Indian guy you don't contact for text support.
I just want to send a personal announcement out to the Arsenal 3 because you said you can't count past 13. I don't think you can spell either because I don't know what Levy out Pasop means. Classic Big Samsung. So if someone could tell me what Pasop means,
maybe you meant to spell piss up.
I've got no idea, but it's not English. So you can't count past 13, and you can't spell what you're trying to say. 3. So Pasop Classic. I'm all for the Pasop Classics. I prefer Reeboks though.
And Reeboks would make a good show.
Good old Pasop.
Hey, Aubrey, what are you still doing up, man? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. It's been a while, man. Been a while. You guys just can't wait till Wolves bottle again. There you go. The next banner we actually had coming up after that one, after we see the pigeon dance. Now, we saw Richie stepped up in the last game. It was nice, like you guys said, not only for him to get 2 goals and obviously contribute when we're missing numbers right now. Like Kuva says, even if he pots in a goal every other game, every third game even, if he can average a goal every third game, well, then he's on course for 13 goals for the end of the season, which I think right now we would take. Do we see anybody in there that you think could step up? For me, I still have a little bit of mad faith in Brian Hill. I still think this kid, if he could just stop getting knocked off the ball so easily, just for the love of God, Tottenham, if you're listening, anybody at Tottenham, drive him to Ellie's house. Leave him for 2 weeks. Just leave him with Ellie for 2 weeks. And that boy will be bulked up like Lennox Lewis, I'm telling you. Okay? He'll be fine. Nobody's going to knock him off the ball then. I think that kid's got something to offer. And I'd like to see him unleashed. There's a few flashes of good play from him. And again, an effort player kind of thing. Let's just see if his skill and effort can combine into something wonderful. What do you guys think? Coofs?
I can't see it with Hill, to be honest.
No, any of you, who do you pick? That's who
I'm kind of struggling because it's players we've already looked at.
Well, we know who's on the bench, so it's pretty much everybody off the bench.
So it's only going to be the youngsters coming through, I think, for me. So I'm going to stick the same answer as Donnelly. Donnelly, Dorrington, if he's needed. The others, don't see anything happening with the likes of Dyer or, Hugo's done. Forster, we already know what we've got. He's steady, but nothing more. The rest of them, much of a muchness or something. I just don't see these game changers that can come out. Maybe if we call upon the likes of Højbjerg or Lo Celso, they do actually perform to the best of their ability when they come on. Does that mean they're regulars locked in for the rest of the season or beyond? Don't see it myself at the moment. I think we kind of know who our best 11 is, and we kind of know fringe players that aren't up to it. I don't see it. Not right now. If there's nobody I'll pick out except for Donnelly, I just want to see what he can do. No.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
All injured otherwise.
Correct.
Okay.
Kuva's right.
Dagul, you feel the same way pretty much?
100%. I can't see the sub bench that we're looking at. Brian Hill, I've been saying it for a while. I'm sure he's going to Spain again in the summer. Oh, sorry, January. And this is why Joshua will come in. I'm convinced of it. And if Hill does go on Spain for the 3rd season in a row in January, just get rid of him. It's not going to work. I'm getting sick and tired of having him here. And every year we say, he's got a bulk up. I need to see more from him. He needs a run. Well, he hasn't bulked up in 3 years. He's not getting a run. He gets injured. And we're just here. Kuva was on Cockerel Doodle Doo with me this morning here in Canada, yesterday morning in England, and we saw the wages. And I think Hill was on about £45,000 a week. For what? For what? To maybe bulk up and to maybe get a run of games that he's never had. This is what's wrong with this football club. We have players like Brian Hill who, after 3 years and 2 loans, we're still in the same place. And rather than going, right, listen, it's not working. We need to cut ties. We wish you well. Off you go to Spain or wherever you want. We're bringing in someone else. So, no. We'll keep you along so you can repeat the same process over and over again.
I'm not going to disagree with that, Brian, but the issue is here that we've got a laundry list that we need to get rid of. And I think there's more pressing players that we should be ushering out the door before him.
Yeah, but Jota,
I still think even if this kid, okay, but that's what, if we've got his replacement in already, that's a different story then. Even that kid I know from Juventus, Adrian had brought it up earlier.
Yep.
There's some young kid that can play across all the front 3 line as well. Yeah, you bring in a player that can replace him, then obviously there's no argument towards it. But right now, if we're talking about working out of the existing crop we have, I think there's people that we need to weed out before we weed him out. That's just my opinion.
You could be opening up with me,
and then Solomon comes back, and then obviously we'll take Solomon over him, right? So.
Yeah, you could be opening a conversation with players that should be here or shouldn't be here.
Big up, Jazz.
You may have the 2 wrong people to open that can of worms with.
On that note, then. Right?
Yep.
On that note,
Agreed. Move on. There's really not much else to say to this other than nod. Yes, it's true. It's unfortunate. We've seen it, had it with Bentancur as well, didn't we? You just welcome him back. He plays an absolute blinder and then injured. We need some of these players to step up, and the moment they do, they're out as well. It's been a rough few weeks. It really has.
Yep.
That's the way it rolls. We've done our best with it. Got an unlikely point at City in the meantime, and just come back with a win now. So I think we're weathering the storm okay now. Wheels came off; they're back on now. We're just going to get some momentum built up again. For the rest of it, yeah. Lo Celso, for me, he ran out of steam anyway when he came off against West Ham. I'm not that impressed with him, but he was better than he has been for us.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it when it comes to Gio, it's getting concerning now because you look at it and Gio goes on loan to Spain, plays the second half of the season in full. Gio goes to Argentina. Gio plays 90 minutes for Argentina, and deals with the flights, the training, the games, the coming back. Gio steps foot on English soil, he lasts 3 weeks and he gets an injury. It's been a few managers now, since Poch. And apparently this injury came on the training pitch again. They don't quite know what it is. It's being assessed, but they said they don't think it's anything major. We all know those famous words from the medical team. It keeps happening at Tottenham Hotspur with players where you have to question what's going on in that training ground. for it to constantly keep happening. If a player's going somewhere else and available for selection and for his country a majority of the time, but then can't put 3 games together in a Spurs shirt, you've got to have concerns.
And well, let's face it, this has been a long-going trend with our medical team as well. Under the last 5 managers now, where there's been
I've had the theory. Yeah, I've had the theory a while back. Our medical room must be some banging recreational centre. I mean, they probably got top quality music on, live bands, beer on draft.
Have you seen Michael
McIntyre? Got to be a room not to leave.
When he says why women don't go up into the loft. He says because we have pole dancers up there, we have widescreen TV. That's probably what's going on in that medical room.
I think it is. It's the place to be.
Injured FC.
Yeah. It's a party up there. Kuv, so what are your thoughts on this?
I've just said on this.
Sorry, Brian, you gave your thoughts already as well?
Yeah, we both. I
you
like
guys are good.
It's just this goes into the Brian Hill thing again.
But going further, do you get rid of him now then? We have this comment from Adrian.
Yes, you do, because you got Kulusevski.
Yeah. Ultimately, you want to replace him. So if you get the bid in now, better take it. Simple as that. A lot of these players that we don't want in the long term, if the bids do come in, just get rid of them. Just deal. If it leaves us short in a position even, it's still better to get the money in for them now than worry about keeping them on an extra year, pay all those wages, their value decreases. We're just hanging on to absolute dross for no reason. A lot of them aren't worthy of games anyway.
We're doing that with the likes of Lloris and Ndombele, players that are on much heavier contracts that are poisonous as well, no?
Yeah. They've already surplus, though, aren't they? They've been replaced. So even with
they're still here. My concern is if we replace players and don't get rid of them.
But
Bobby, this is why I'm saying the opposite. This is why I'm saying the opposite. If we get the offer comes in for the likes of Gio,
get rid of them first.
Don't worry about replacing them straight away. Just if the offer comes up, snap their arm off, and then we'll look at bringing somebody in. If we have to wait half a season and do it in the summer, fair enough. I'm not, as far as I'm concerned. Then you look at Donnelly and do give him some game time.
So we talk about this. Let's just bring it like we were talking about how we need to get rid of players. We have 3 first-team goalkeepers that are earning £250,000 a week combined. Vicario's on 70. Foster's just signed a new one on 75. And Hugo's on 100.
Foster's getting paid more than Vicario?
Yes. Yes. So that's £250,000 per week. And that's just on flat salary, not bonuses, incentives, yada, yada, yada.
No. If the two of them are 70, that's 100, 145 there.
75.
Yeah, and then Lloris is over 100, isn't he?
Hugo's on
120, isn't he, or something? Okay.
Something like that. So it's over 250.
Yeah, so it's 265 there then. Okay.
Splitting hair. But you know what I mean? That's a week. And we're talking about players that we need to get rid of it. That's the kind of state we're in when we look at when that list came out with the players. You saw Ryan Sessegnon's on over 50 grand a week. Ryan Sessegnon.
Yeah, geesh. There's a kid, honestly, I was so excited when we got him.
Joined the club, actually.
What a disappointment.
I would have been excited if we'd got him the season before, but I think he'd already lost his form before we signed him. I likened it at the time to when Chelsea signed Fernando Torres from Liverpool. Fernando Torres had already dipped in form massively, and Chelsea forked an awful lot of money out for him. And to me, it made no sense at the time. And then everybody saw it quite clearly. He was no longer that player he used to be. We've seen that with Sessegnon already, and that's happened at a young age. The best thing that can happen to him is he drops down a division or two and discovers his career, because it's gone at the moment.
Yep. I mean, we even saw apparently Ange wants to give him a go. I'm like, really? Ange wants until he gets injured again, like Gio. There's times where we need to we need to
I
we
put
need
us saying
to
100,
cut
100K
ties.
for a Reece, so.
We need to cut ties with a lot of players and free up a lot of
Oh, yeah.
revenue. Or
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
a lot of pointless wages. And you got to remember, we're still one of the lowest wage, or the lowest wage. I think, like obviously Bournemouth and whatever. But compared to like our rivals,
Well,
we
compared
are
to the big
miles.
six, oh yeah, we're way, way down.
Exactly. So it's being used incorrectly. Who'd have thought it? Who'd have thought it?
I'll run more like a business than a football club, Brian. But let's just hope things change. We'll just see, right? That's all we can do. This is painful. This comment I'm about to bring up. First off, we'll bring up that one, but the next one here from David.
Yeah.
From Domblay, Lloris, and Dyer,
Well, we spoke about it this
385K.
morning. Pape Matar
That's painful to look
Pape
at. And then you add Cess and
Pape
God.
Matar and Sonny combined are earning what them and Dembele's getting.
That's just shame. That's disgraceful. That's disgraceful.
That's where we are.
Yeah, there, George, or maybe even France, something like that.
Anywhere.
I don't think he can handle English football. Yeah, 500K a week, just throw it away. He's not even stealing a living, Ellie. He's shamelessly sitting there. He's too lazy to steal.
Yeah,
fat shit. Oh fuck! Ellie's trying to wind me. Ellie's gonna try to wind me up now. Not letting you get me, Ellie. Make me some macaroni. Okay, so let's get to. There was one last topic we wanted to quickly address, but I know it's getting really late over there for Coobs now. We'll let him get to bed. And you got an early anger. No, you don't have anger management.
No, anger management will be on Saturday.
That'll be Saturday after the game. What's that?
But Ben Friday, so Ben hosts. So I'm just a mere participant tomorrow, so I can relax a bit.
He let him do the legwork tomorrow. That's all right then. Sometimes it's nice to sit back and be the guest, buddy. Predictions for tomorrow's game, boys. I know I already dropped mine in Jacob's chat earlier. For me, it was 4-1. Sonny brace, Richie with 1, and then Poro to put the final nail in the coffin there. And that'll be a beautiful toasty day for me to celebrate tomorrow. So, how are you guys feeling about the games there?
4-2 Tottenham.
Scorers?
Score. Richie. Kulusevski. You know what? I'm going to go straight across the front four. All 4 of them. Nice. Kulusevski, Johnson, Son, and if I miss it, Richarlison.
Richie, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, I better make sure you add him because earlier you said 100% he scores tomorrow.
And Johnson to get 2 assists. I'm more convinced of Johnson getting 2 assists tomorrow.
I kind of like that, Coobs. What do you think?
I like it as well. Yeah. Strange, you did that. Not wrong way. I feel out of my comfort zone here. I'm not bugging,
relegate me for this bit. So you can communicate. There you go.
Hey,
baby. How you doing, big guy?
All the better now.
Good to see you, man. What's happening? I know. Tomorrow we're going to be here, so I thought I'd give Dagul the good seat tonight. He deserves it. He deserves it. He does a lot to help us out too, right? So it's okay. I don't mind angling up a bit. My neck could use the exercise.
Okay.
It's like the Brady Bunch, the bad brown version.
It is, isn't it? Maybe I can.
Yeah, we're like the Bollywood bunch.
Oh dear.
So what do you think tomorrow?
Okay. I'm going quite similar to Brian. I'm going 3-2. I think there'll be another really entertaining game. I think Forest will cause us a few problems. They've got a really passionate home crowd and really can make it difficult for opposing teams, especially on evening games midweek. That's always a tricky little place to go. We found that out to our own cost a few seasons ago. So or was it even last season? I'm trying to remember now. That humiliating 2-0 loss at Forest was last season, wasn't it?
Last year.
Yes, in the Carabao Cup, with the day I arrived back in London and drove all the way up to Nottingham.
Quite possibly the worst Spurs performance I've ever seen.
Oh, don't. But try being there after an 8-hour flight and a 3-hour drive to Nottingham.
No, thanks, mate. No, I won't. I won't try that. Big up though. A nice offer.
Not interested.
so you'll politely decline on this occasion. I'm going to go for 3-2. I'm going to go for Sonny getting a brace, Richie getting the other, and Richie setting up both of Sonny's goals this time, and showing that he's got more to his game as well, just for a bit of fun. And I think Brennan Johnson and Kulusevski are just running things. You're running them ragged. Can't get the ball off them. Brennan Johnson exposing them with a pace, and it's just going to be another fun time. I just feel such good vibes about the team right now. Forest are there for the taking, but they'll put up a fight. They'll put up a fight. So 3-2, lots of action, lots of fun, and the train keeps rolling on. We're back on the track, building up momentum. Choo choo.
Choo, baby. Jazz Fusion.
The double's on again. I don't give a shit. I'll say what I like.
Damn right. You're Coobs, man. You do what you want here.
Yeah.
Do what you want, man. Do what you want. Jazz went with a 2-1 win here. George is saying 1-0 Spurs. Udoji with the winner. Happy Udoji week. And stop selling. George, stop being happy that we signed a future superstar, okay? Stop being happy for your club. It's unacceptable, George. Just kidding, George. Dance away, baby. David said 4-1. No, you can keep it 4-1, David. Great minds think alike, and, well, fools seldom differ, so we'll find out tomorrow which ones we are, but he changed it to 5-0. So Leo's going with the 3-1 scoreline here. Adrian dropped 3-0 to us. Johnson with the first.
Ooh,
50-1 odds.
That's not a bad little shake.
Yeah, not bad at all. 2-1, fellas. I think a bit closer than many think. Please ask Mr. Dagul what you want me to ask him. I don't know. Did I miss a comment from you here, Donna? Oh, here you go.
I want to know if he's following. Oh,
no, she wants to know. Have you heard the rumors of?
Not yet.
Real Donna is pushing for Evan Ferguson. That'd be crazy. That's that Brighton kid, right?
Yeah, that's what she asked me if what would it take if she became chairman. What would it take? And I said, I'll have Evan Ferguson, please.
Yeah, no kidding. Bob saying 4-0. Richie with 2, Sonny with 1, and Johnson with 1. Wayne Bonner. Hey, good evening, Wayne. What are you still doing up, buddy? Good to see you. 3-0 Johnson to score. Jazz is saying Sar and Pedro to get his goals. Nice one. Okay.
I hope Pedro does. Pedro has been incredible.
Yeah, the train track will never be derailed. It might stop at a station here and there, Ellie, but it's going to keep on chugging along. We did have one more little thing now. Now, I know it's late. I don't know if you guys want to end the show on this note or not. I think it's funny, and it makes me laugh, but I'm concerned a certain somebody, Brian, could wonder how stupid people are when they say stuff like this.
Oh, yeah.
Have you guys seen this?
I saw it a few weeks ago.
Kuva shook his head right away. I have seen it since last week before the Newcastle game, obviously. But 5 months, 6 months into a project where he's got to rebuild the whole team. He's lost his captain and his greatest player. And we're in 5th. And people actually made this comment. Madness or batshit crazy? Coops.
And we were top of the league until that Chelsea game where we got all those suspensions and injuries at the same time. Lost 3 of our starting back 4 and our most influential playmaker in the same match. Let's get rid of him, huh? Because
100%.
How much worse it's got since we're finishing the season last season with the no director of football, no manager, getting smashed to pieces at Newcastle in the most embarrassing style ever.
No morale.
Knowing that our star striker probably wasn't going to stay and he didn't. Being told, we're going to finish bottom half of the table. We're nothing without Kane.
Yeah.
All of these things. Yeah. So we had that time on top of the table, and that fell away, and we're still doing pretty well. And you know what?
Not bad at all.
If we win at Forest for a little time at least, we're only 4 points behind the leaders again. Doesn't seem that much then, does it? So I think get rid of the manager, because clearly that's going to fix everything.
100%.
We could ask Conte to come back, couldn't we? Because that went well. Oh, how about Mourinho? Oh no, wait, that's not going to happen, is it?
No.
So what do fans want? If they're going to get rid of Ange, what do fans actually want?
I actually, you know what? Lisa makes a good point here. It's got to be fake fans or imposters pretending to be fans just to kind of stir the pot. Because like we talked about this earlier, nobody's talking bad about Ange.
No.
Do you think it's our fans, Brian? You think it's our people in our fan base?
Mate, I can categorically tell you it's our fans.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask both of you this. Have you heard any of our fellow content creators allude to the fact that they think Ange should not be here?
There may have been a couple I've heard.
We don't have to name drop, but
I'm
so
not
you're
going
saying
to
our members in the community are saying this. Wow.
But I've heard a couple.
Wow.
But this is throughout the season, not just because we've had 3 losing games.
Stop it, Donna.
But then you get, this is what I don't get with our fan base. As I said earlier, and you two know very, very much how much grief I get sometimes when I go full on Levy out with the people I do it with, whether it be people I stand outside a training ground with at 6 a.m, whether it be outside a club shop, whether it be outside a stadium, whether it be inside a stadium, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be on radio, whether it be wherever. We get grief for saying this. Oh no, it's all part of a plan. It's part of a 23-year plan, and blah blah blah. This football fan base wanted attacking football. They wanted free-flowing football. They wanted exciting players. They wanted a new brand of football. Well, we got that. You got everything you asked for in a manager, and now the person you're blaming is the manager that you wanted to do all that things because he's doing all the things you asked him to. He was saying we need to put Son in the centre. What did he do? Put Son in the centre. We need to see Kulusevski in the centre. What's he do? He put Kulusevski in. He's trying everything. He's doing everything. But once again, we'll blame another manager because all the other managers were completely wrong. All those ones that have been pro footballers or been in coaching cycles or had football in their entire life, that is their absolute specialist skill to run a football team, they're all wrong. They're all wrong, whether it be the Contes and the Mourinhos, the win now managers and the boring football, whether it be Harry Redknapp, Martin Jol, Pochettino and Postecoglou, the exciting football, whether it be the caretaker managers, whether it be the conservative managers, whether it be the Christian Grosses, but it's always the manager's problem. Always. So people that are actually out there, and there are Spurs fans saying this, I know this. You have the cheek and the audacity to have a go at anyone that says Levy out and stays true to everything they say about that man who's been here to oversee everything. Yet we have a manager that could do great things for us. And because we lost a few games and people think that sometimes we should be more defensive, even though they said, all I want to see is attractive football. They now get to see attractive football. It's like, no, I don't want to see attractive football. It's winning. He's naive. It's not even madness. It's not even batshit crazy. It is the typical fan. All football fans have them. But whilst we're going through the last 23 years, or especially the last 3 or 4 years since Poch, where this club has been run by an absolute buffoon and gets away with everything, whereas we'll blame the manager again, because that's worked really well every single time, like Kuva said. Every single time we get a new manager, that change has really worked well for us. Really well. It's nonsense. Anyone who wants Ange out is just crazy. Crazy. But then if we do, don't worry, it'll be the next manager and it'll be Levy's last chance again. Because he's only had 12 last chances. Maybe like Arsenal fan 03, he'll get to 13, then he'll lose count, and he'll leave. So who knows?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm actually somebody mentioned Sava in the chat. I've just got to say, to be fair to Sava, I don't think I've ever heard him say he wanted Ange out, but he has been critical of things, and that's fine. He can do that. And anybody that's doubting Ange, I'm okay with that as well. Anybody that says they don't know, I'll wait and see. Perfectly reasonable. But to immediately, so early after what's happened compared to last season, to go straight into Ange out, I think is really, really harsh at best. And that shows a complete lack of any patience whatsoever at worst. Surely the one thing we've learned over the last few years is we have really fallen away from where we were. And I see us heading back in that direction. I think sticking with this man is a necessity at the moment. And the way you back that up is look at what rival fans and pundits and the press, the media everywhere are saying about the man and the way we're playing football and the direction we're going in. He seems to be very popular with an awful lot of people. I'd say possibly our fans are the least accepting of him. We have a pocket of people, I think, that are now used to being critical of everything the club does, regardless of what happens. We'll see. Oh yeah, David, I wasn't having a pop at you, mate, about the Salah comment. I just think it's important to also stick up for somebody when the perception of what they said comes out in a bad way.
One of the two I mentioned when I said one or two, one wasn't Sava.
Yeah.
Well, regardless of who it is, everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's one thing.
Yeah,
here, especially on this channel, we don't. Even the Arsenal fan, you want to come here, try to banter, by all means, go ahead, buddy. But you're doing it to the wrong guys. I don't get triggered. You're not going to be able to banter me because I don't sit here and have online fights with somebody sitting behind a keyboard. In fact, I don't even do it on stream. I come here and enjoy my time, and I enjoy it with beautiful people like the two sitting above me here, the hairless wonders that I've got. That being said, David quickly had a nice question here for us. How many current managers in the PL have managed international teams? Ange has with limited resources and Australia, and he is always punched up. I know there's quite a few people. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Paul Beattie was one of the ones that were saying that he was really upset to see him leave the national team and that he felt he could have achieved a lot more with them because there were some young players up and coming there. What do you guys think about that question from David?
So what was the question? How many current managers?
How many current managers?
So I'll tell you now, Manchester United have got Steve McClaren back at coaching capacity. So he may not be managing, but he's all over the coaching with Ten Hag. So he's obviously with England. Just trying to think. Jurgen hasn't. Wait, let me get the league table up. And then we can answer that question properly. Let's have a looky. Let's have a look at the league table. Liverpool, no. Arsenal, no. Villa, no. City, no. United, no. Newcastle, no. Brighton, no. West Ham, no. Fulham, no. Brentford, no. I think you'll get a thing.
Palace is the only one, buddy. It looks like Hodgson.
Yeah. Well, Steve Cooper has with the youth. Yeah. That's what you're looking at.
I'm looking at the whole list here of every manager in the EPL right now.
Yeah,
and
you're looking at.
That's the only one that stands out to me.
Teams. Steve Cooper has with the younger, no White David brother, and Steve McClaren at Manchester United. And you could have said if this was last season, Antonio Conte, but obviously not so much anymore.
I like Adrian's comment. Antibiotics will get us through the winter instead of antibiotics. That's funny, Adrian. I like that. That's what. Okay, so he walked after he qualified for soccer. I guess there was some sort of issue there. I don't know about that, to be honest with you. So David's saying he gets you, Coop. So all good in the hood. How can Ange not make mistakes? He's human. Yeah, we expect mistakes, George. Right now, I think it'd be silly for any fan to not expect mistakes. Again, like Kuva already touched on, we're supposed to be in a relegation battle right now. We're supposed to be a mid-table team at very best. We're not supposed to be scoring goals. Our fan base is supposed to be completely detached and in an uproar with their pitchforks circling the stadium. In fact, our stadium should be burned down to the ground by the end of the season, according to a lot of people. And yet here we are in 5th.
You know what? I think last season I'd be one of the people demanding. In fact, I was one of the people demanding burn the stadium down and hunt down the monster in the big tower at the top. But things change. Things change, and sometimes a big part of being a fan is just having a little bit of faith. And for me, this manager has restored my faith. And what's happened in the summer transfer window has also restored my faith. The likes of Maddison in the team, Sonny's captaincy this season, Romero's returned to form. Forget the sending off. The rest of the season, he's been magnificent for us.
Oh, yeah.
Van der Ven's introduction to that back four has been amazing.
Oh, please talk to me more about him.
Doggy, Porro. You look at these players, they're absolutely on fire. And I think if you can't be positive about that, there's no hope. You're never going to be positive about the team. So much like Brian is, much like the likes of Stell is at the moment on Tottenham away, we're saying, okay, we haven't completely think that Levy's completely changed his ways yet, but we're prepared to just sit back a little bit and just say, we'll wait and see if this continues, because there's little positive signs here, but they're easily washed away if he reverts to type and we see the same behaviours repeated yet again. So for me, it's finger off the rifle, off the trigger of the rifle, and I'm just looking over the top of the scope to have a see what's happening there. And I said on Jacobs, I kind of stashed the rifle in the long grass and the grassy knoll now, and I've gone down to join the party in the meantime. Because
Kuva's got his hand on the trigger. I've got my hand on the grenade pin, ready to release it, and he's got till the first week of January. And if there's no signing in early like I wanted, then the grenade pin will be pulled, and he's back to right in my firing line, or he's never out of my firing line. Are you
gonna end your vacation early and go back to England then?
I saw where that was going. Listen, I'm not going back to England. I don't want to go back to England. I am home. I am home.
Boys, let me say this then. Is it safe to say we're all just cautiously optimistic?
No.
You're not optimistic at all?
I can't be.
Fair enough.
I've seen. Listen, do I go in with?
You're a long-suffering relationship,
compared to last year, Bobby. Do I go into this window thinking things may be a little bit different?
Brian, again, we've had this conversation. The reason my mindset is different to yours is because in reality, I didn't know much about this stuff until you brought me into YouTube and I started learning about the inner functions of the club. Right. So until you brought me into this virtual world here, I had no knowledge of 90% of the things that we speak about online. I was an ignorant fan that tuned in 90 minutes a week and watched the boys win or lose and turned it off. Didn't know who Daniel Levy. Well, I knew who Daniel Levy was. I didn't know exactly how the board ran. I didn't know all the parameters. I didn't know all the different places, the different faces, who did what. All the different things that we were involved in terms of an investment company and a property entity and where all the money's being spent kind of thing, and all the lies and the deceit that's been pushed forward. So I can understand, for those of you that have had this knowledge for a long time, how it is very difficult to be optimistic, because it's like going back to that relationship that you know that you're abused in and expecting things to change overnight. Well, it's not going to happen. So I'm cautiously optimistic because I'm just stupid like that. I'm deluded, you know that, Brian. But I'm a happy clapper, so I like it pink and fluffy. I like my happy clouds.
As I keep saying, listen, what he did in the summer was the best window we've had in his tenure, bar none, by a country mile. That's stone, or that's stepping stone one. Now after stepping stone one, you follow it up. You don't go, oh, right, well, we had a good summer, so we can just chill.
Sorry, I love that from Leo. Be a homie, not a jabroni. Like the stream.
So we'll see.
That's on Leo.
Our manager said he needs players early. The spine of the team with injuries and international duties is ripped. So now you say, I don't know when Van der Ven's coming back and whether he comes back full fitness.
Well, somebody put in the
Then you have
comment that he's already into training. It looks like he might be early and come back in January.
But that's what I'm saying. Just because he's back in training and it's a hamstring doesn't mean he comes back in the sit.
Oh no, you're right. But I want to see him back tomorrow because I got a man crush on him.
He's my favourite player by a country mile with Porro. Then you've got Sarr and Basuma out on international duty. Then you've got Maddison and Bentancur. You don't know when they're back in full training, ready in match fit and ready on form. And then you've got Son. That's 6 of your starting 11 on international duty or coming back from big injuries, and you don't know how long they're going to be till they're firing again. And you want to get top 4. Well, you're going to have to show that you want top 4. And you have to listen to your manager.
This would be one way to show it, no? Would you guys be happy if this trio came in?
If they came, listen, I've said this from the beginning. There's only one metric. I'm looking at this window. I don't care how much money we spend. I don't care what league they come from. I don't care how established they are. I don't care if I know them or not. All I care is my manager says I want my players and my business done early.
And it's done.
If he signs 3 players in the first week or first 10 days, I will go on every channel and say he's backed him. Every channel.
Didn't know this. Did you guys know this?
Yes,
yeah.
Oh, that's disappointing.
I started a whole Twitter spat with that because apparently we're now looking at other places because we're worried about his injury. We're worried about his injury record. Even though we knew his injury record all summer when we tried to buy him, and then it came out after that. Yep. Why should you have to pay to buy an injury-prone player when we're going to recall Japhet Tanganga back? So why spend money on an injury-prone player when you can bring one back for free? And then all fans go, oh, do you know what? I reckon Tanganga will be a really good Ange player. He may well be. He's not fit. He's injured. He doesn't play. But it's okay. He can fit in the Ange system. Good. I fit in the Ange system. Can I play?
Yeah. I'll back you.
Wicked.
We back you. We support you. Yeah, I'll get Dagul across the back of my jersey.
Yep, mate.
Ducky Dagul it is.
I mean, we've often said if Levy cares about the team so much, maybe he should put his boots on. But you'll be the next best thing.
I'll be better than Levy. I've seen Brian take the pitch.
Yeah, you have actually. You have seen me.
I've seen Brian take the pitch.
Seriously, though, for me, this time I'm a little bit more patient than Brian is. I understand why Brian's taking his stance, and a lot of other people will agree with him 100% that January's massive. You've got to find out what happens with this club. But for me, because I'm looking at long term with Ange, and I saw things happening in this summer that are long term decisions. The way of playing football throughout the club, so the academy's playing the same style as the first team. We're abolishing that wage cap. We are making changes in a positive way that we won't see effects from for a few years. When it comes to transfers, I'm okay with realizing that January's tricky. No matter what we say about it, that's just an excuse or anything. It is a fact. We all know this. It is more difficult to get players in January. Sometimes we might have got one lined up and the other club has decided at the last moment they can't get rid of them because they can't get a replacement. Some things are out of our hands. However, for me, I'm looking at next summer being the real litmus test for Levy on how he's backing the manager, because that's when you do get the bulk of your business done. So for me, that's when the real colours are shown from the directors and from the chairman. January, if we don't end up signing anything, I'm going to have to bite down on something, edge of the table maybe, and just say I'm sticking to what I said. I do not I do not demand somebody in January, but it will be good if we do get some. I'm waiting for the summer to make any sort of long term, fully back on the Levy out. Because I've just got some patience now. Like I said on Jacob's stream, this dragging on of buying and selling a house palaver for me has given me a whole new perspective on just how bloody difficult it is to get things done.
Fair enough.
And the fact you have to wait on other people to do parts of it. Yeah. Sometimes it's just not in your hands. So I'm a little bit more patient right now than I would have been a few months ago. I'm going to wait and see. But if it doesn't kick off in the summer, then you bet your ass I'm back on the Levy.
Kuva's going to go paint his face half purple and gold for that one. Hypo Noise, it's Duckie, just so you know, buddy. But that is Daddy Ducky Dago. You got me. It is right there.
I'm just saying,
George needs to know if you've got a final ball.
I do. I responded.
That
was my greatest gift in football. I used to play Teddy.
You name dropped my boy Teddy.
That's where I used to play. But then when I used to play Power League 5-a-side, I'd play in the defence so I can dictate the game. I used to play football every single day after school. I played for my county. I played almost got into semi-pro, but then I just didn't make it. I used to be a little bit of a player, but I have not, apart from when I was with your kids at the football place, I have not kicked the ball in 6 years. So when I went there, you'd think it was like
there, and then on the pitch here when we did the training, when we had the kids practice.
Yes, I'll say the one time that was the first time and only time I've kicked the ball here in Canada.
Wow, got to get you out here more. Sorry, just saw this comment from Beer Talk. Said, "Love you guys. They had an absolutely shit day." It's a two-way street, buddy. Need you here. Appreciate that you've joined us at the end of your crappy day. Hopefully, we're helping you end it with a smile on your face, buddy. But much love to you. We appreciate the sport, and it's a two-way street, man. So we're here for you. Anytime you need to unwind, you need to vent a little bit, man, drop it into the comments, or even hell, man, we'll send you the link. Come on the show and yell and scream all you want. Get it out of your system. But hopefully your night ends better and you have a better day tomorrow, my man. He will definitely say, Bob, you're right. He will definitely save him some money.
It's the second part of this. That's the key bit for me.
Yeah.
We don't need to be looking at Gvardiols and the Caicedos or the 100 million sort of players. Look for the Destiny of Doggies. Look for the Van der Vens. Look for the Basumas. Look for the Mate Sars. Get those sort of quality players in, and we'll do the rest. I'm looking for us to be the club that produces the £100 million players, not the one that buys them in. They are going to develop into those sort of players.
Good night, Adrian. Good night, Adrian. Adrian said good night. And I think it is time to let people go to bed now. I know it's quite late for quite a few people. Leo, beer talk, man. Like Leo's saying, we're here for you, buddy, anytime. For sure, man. For sure, buddy. Like I said, you're always supporting us. If you got contact with us, any of us on our socials, feel free. I know these two guys, especially with mental health issues, anything like that, or just generally having a bad day. These two guys, if you ever need to reach out, need somebody to talk to, just to vent with even, always available. And I'd like to say I'm partially available as well. So if there's something we can do to help in any means, by all means, you just let us know, man. You just let us know. But one thing that might help you is we'll be back tomorrow night with the fun stream. So tomorrow night we will be back. Kuva and the King will be back. We'll have our usual shenanigans. We'll have a laugh. We'll talk a bit about the game, and then we'll go into our games. We've got 2 debuts coming up as well. So we're looking forward to that tomorrow night for us over here. Mr. Dagul, what's going on Tottenham on tour? We will have Cocker-Doodle-Doo in the morning. And what time and place, please, sir?
9 a.m. UK time, followed by 11 a.m. UK time, day 15 of the Advent calendar. I'll just give you a little hint. Big K will like a player in there, but he won't like what it said about a player.
You didn't bring him on for day 15? He's going to be heartbroken.
So no, it's with Stella Ryan. And then there will be Anger Management on Saturday at 9:30 UK time, and the Advent calendar and then Sunday just the advent calendar, and then back to the normal week of Cockerel Doodle Do every morning with myself and Ben Kaufman, and guests.
And guests. Let me just quickly bring that up. Coops, you got anything going on? I know you were just over on Jacob's channel there before you came on over here. So for those of you didn't catch that, get over to United Spurs of America as well. Great channel with just an absolutely fantastic host. Jacob was a fantastic person. Definitely good vibes over there. This is the link here for Tottenham on Tour for the one person that might not know where it is, because I'm sure everybody in here definitely knows that channel has been over there. Coops?
Well, I'm everywhere. I'm pretty much with you, aren't I, Bobby? We are the double act. So, other than going on Jacob, it's always me, you.
Oh,
yeah, me, you, Ben Kaufman, Kate, Jim, Mia, Ellie, any of that sort of crowd, and we're all there. Rez, Kim, we've got a nice little clique behind the scenes, and we have fun, enjoy each other's company. So we try and bring that little bit of humour and sense of chill to all of the streams we're on. Even when people want to troll or be argumentative, I think it's much better to just smile back at it and have a laugh along with them. Life's too short, and it's kind of the build up to Christmas. And since we have got Brian here as well, Brian, people will know Brian and I are very heavily into mental health and helping people around the community if we can. And I know I can speak for him as well when I reach out and just say, look, anybody is feeling that they are reaching their lowest point, just reach out to somebody, whether it's me, Brian, BobbyK, you leave them a message on the channel, anything. Just don't sit there in silence, especially Christmas coming up. The depression and Christmas seem to weirdly go so closely hand in hand for a lot of people. There's always somebody there. There's always somebody, if they don't have the expertise, they can put you in touch with the right people. Never suffer in silence. There's no need. We've got a big community. We've got a lot of really good people in it. So big up to all of you. And if you do get in that position and you find the strength to reach out, that's a great start. Maybe somebody can point you in the right direction then.
I'll just add on to what Kuva said. Again, in February, we're just going to work out all the nuts and bolts. Tottenham on Tour do an annual mental health one. We do a huge show where we tell our stories. I've had two. I get a mental health expert or mental health professional who is part of Toronto Spurs on. I have a person from a charity back home called Sport Against Suicide. We are going to have more people coming on. People want to come on and tell their stories. We raise money for a mental health and addiction centre here called CAMH, and charities back home, which go 50-50 for the month. All our super chats, all our just giving page. So that'll be coming back in February as well. So if anyone wants to come on that or just hear, as Kuva said, we do a lot of work behind the scenes as a community, and mental health and addiction is something that's very, very near and dear to mine and Kuva's heart. And I would always drop everything. I'm very approachable on social media. Whether you tweet me, I'll give out my number to WhatsApp. Any drama, just reach out.
Yeah, there you go. And that goes for everybody. We're not just talking a beer talk here, but we're here. A lot of you in the chat are regulars. We all communicate with each other. You interact with each other in the chat as well. So you never know who's just around the corner that can lend you an ear. That might all be you need. If it helps, great. If not, then we can talk about finding alternate help for you and making sure that hopefully get to the right spot.
I agree. Sometimes the reluctance is to reach out in the first place. It does take a little bit of courage to do it because we all have to fight our sort of, the macho image that you're supposed to have as a bloke. You have to work against that to make things happen for yourself. And
we're working on that right now, Coops.
Yeah, damn right. And I always say I would prefer to be spending half of my nighttime listening to somebody who needs an ear to bend rather than wake up in the morning and find there's one less voice in the community all of a sudden. Because We have been there in this last year, and I don't want it to happen again. Not if I can help it. Not if Brian can help it. So reach out if you need to. If it's not us you want to talk to, we'll find somebody that's right for you.
That is my tag on social media. That is Twitter. That is Instagram. Facebook is my full name, which you can see there. Any of you just send a Facebook message or a direct message saying, hi, my name is blah, blah, blah. I will instantly, as soon as I see it, I will message you back instantly. Obviously, if I'm not asleep and the time difference permitting, I will always, when it comes to mental health, I drop everything. I think I speak to about 10, 15 people that I've never met in my life. That I just see in the chat and help them, whether it be daily, weekly, whatever. So Kuva and I have helped a few people out together. Anyone needs it, just reach out to me. Mental health and addiction is more important to me than anything on this planet when it comes to help and support. And I will always, someone helped me and got me clean. That terminology, pay it forward, is what I will do for the rest of my life when it comes to it.
And Brian, like he said, Brian, you can reach out here for us to get in touch with me. This is on Twitter. You can just message me there, and I'll gladly give you my phone number. And if there's anything any of us can ever do to help, right now I'm home. I'm suffering with a few demons myself, and I definitely don't mind chatting to people. It might be a two-way street here, but we will wrap up here. Just want to quickly again just go through
very quickly, because okay, I'm going to give out my email, but I can't type it. It'll go. David, just put it in the
private chat. I'll bring it up.
It won't let you. Oh, yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Yeah, it will.
Yes, it will.
I'll thank my super chatters, and you do that. George, thank you again. Merry Christmas from George to everybody there, and going.
There it is.
Shouting out there, showing some love again. Much appreciated. Leo in here with 2 doubled up super chats as well. So much appreciated to you guys. Appreciate that love there. And I have this now. Copy, yes. And paste. And that is definitely not it. So,
well, it is. You just take away the StreamYard.
Yeah, but I don't know why it brought up that StreamYard part.
I don't know if it's come up. So I'll say it again.
Hold on. No. I know how to do it. Here. I got it.
Oh, my wife's just getting home.
Quick, look busy.
Oh, yeah. Housework.
Yeah, Brian. So I'll be over tomorrow to help you clean the floors like we were talking about. And I'll help you with the you got all the scrubbing in the kitchen there. Yeah, okay. Perfect timing, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to stream.
Yeah, come on, you could have played it out better than that, Bobby.
Oh, sorry.
You could have played it out better than that, Bobby. Yeah, Brian, I can't believe you're coming back to England so soon.
I'm not trying to get him killed.
Where's that mute button?
Jesus. Holy crap.
She wouldn't believe me. I hope that, by the way, could someone just say yes, they can see my email in the chat?
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
There it is.
There you go. That's it.
In the chat. So that's it. So David, you can write that down. Anybody else or anybody wants to just contact Brian, you can get my number as well.
Especially Arsenal 03.
Yeah,
Arsenal 03.
I'm Punjabi. Kaise ho yaar? I'm more Punjabi. I speak Punjabi, so not too much with the Hindi, but I'm good. Good to see you, man. So yeah,
email me,
everybody's available, guys. Like we said, much love to everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening. We will be back tomorrow night with Kuva and the Kang at 5:30 p.m. our time over here, 10:30 p.m. for those of you in the UK. Special guests, we've got. Should we tell them about the debuts or leave it as a surprise?
Leave it. It's just no. Come on, let's debut them, shall we?
Chuck there. We've got the lovely Ash who will be joining us, who's come onto the YouTube scene recently and is going to be starting up a new channel soon. So we look forward to getting on. Great, lovely young lady with some fantastic views as well. And then we got Mr. Lee Smithy Smith coming in. Smithy's going to be joining us in the house as well. So the man with a billion tattoos, who I've never shared a screen with yet. So I'm looking forward to that. I always, I saw him on your show a couple of weeks ago, right? You guys, even in the chat and everything, he's always in. Just a really nice guy. Yeah. So looking forward to spending some time with him, and we will be back tomorrow. We'll have some laughs, and hopefully we'll be celebrating another 3 points. So really appreciate you guys all in the chat joining me, and of course my 2 co-hosts here today. Kuva rocking it 3:30 in the morning over there. Who needs sleep when you can stream? And stream or sleep, we know what option he chose. Mr. Dagul joining us, and who does need to go now because he's got a lovely lady waiting behind him that wants snuggles and cuddles. So, gents, we've done the name drops. We've done the channel drops. Take it away, Mr. Fingers.
So there you go. And as always, Levy out.
I just realized I don't know which outro video to play.
Have you found the button to end the stream yet? Because you struggled the other day.
I found the button to end the stream. I just didn't know what button to outro. We use this one. We use this one.
Levy out.
I got one.
We sang in France, we sang in Spain, we sing in the sun and we sing in the rain. They tried to stop us, but they didn't. The thing we love most is being a kid, being a kid, being a kid. The thing we love most is being a kid.
Come on, you Spurs!
Make sure to like and subscribe.